When I was growing up, I always had a bad view of Mexico in my mind. I had grown up being told about how bad of a place Mexico was, and throughout my life I've had friends whose families have fled from Mexico to America in hopes of a better life. In my mind, Mexico was just the country that's south of San Diego. It wasn't anything special. It wasn't a place I wanted to explore. It was just Mexico. In America, the news seems to be all over how dangerous and bad Mexico is. Every time it gets airtime on primetime news or there's an article about it on the internet, it seems to be painted in a very bad picture. It's a drug empire, they say. You can't trust the police there, they say. Don't even think about mailing a package there, they say. Just don't go there seems to be the universal conclusion if you listen to what the media says. Someone could come to the same conclusion if they came to America and only went to the streets of Chicago and saw all the shootings and the killings and decided that was what America was. But it's not. It's just a small portion. For me, as soon as I traveled to Mexico, I saw that my viewpoint on the country was completely off. I saw the beauty in the country. I went and saw these places that I'd never heard about or seen in the news because the news is too busy reporting on all the bad things in Mexico because they're trying to get your attention. That's the whole point behind clickbait. They're trying to capture your attention, even if it's not the whole truth. I now finally understand why people love Mexico. It's such a beautiful country with all these different places. Baja is so much different than San Miguel de Allende, which is different from Mexico City and South Mexico. It's just a beautiful place. But I do have to say that Mexico is the only place where I've had a tomato that has redefined the definition of tomatoes for me. It doesn't taste like these bland American Costco tomatoes. Like, these tomatoes are so good. Like, they could be the main course of a meal. It gets me sad just thinking about tomatoes, man. Mexican tomatoes. But in the end, it makes me ask the question of what other dogma and people's opinions have I been believing in for years? What things have I taken as fact that someone or society has told me that I've never taken time to investigate myself? I've learned that other people's opinions aren't necessarily wrong, but I shouldn't let them influence me as much as I do. This whole act of traveling to Mexico has really helped to change my mindset and to open up my eyes. I've learned to never jump to conclusions based on what someone tells you. I'm much better off if I take the time to investigate something and to come to my own conclusion, even if my own conclusion is different than theirs or different than the norm. So Mexico, from me to you, I love you. I love how beautiful your country is. I love your culture. I love your food. I love how good your tomatoes are. It's just a beautiful place, man. A place that I had wrong for so many years. So many years.